What's going on, guys? Kyger here, and today we have a bunch of balance patch updates coming soon to Summoner's War Chronicles. Let's get into it. Alright, so Korea got this last night. Everyone in NA should get it later on this month. It's not stated anywhere, but that's just kind of the cadence we have, about 2 to 3 weeks behind Korea. As far as global, some of the balance changes will probably happen about that same time, but as far as some of the new content, you might have to wait a little bit longer on. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was over here, a change to Fubuki Hellish Blizzard. And if we take a look, this is just the entire update that they added all the characters, all the abilities. They only made a change to her. If we check down here, telekinesis. Uses telekinesis, turn the ground upside down, hit enemies within range, dealing increased damage if the target has crowd control. And then there was if summoned beasts. So if it was a creature controlled by a player, then it has a certain chance to be stunned. They wiped that, so it'll always have a chance to be stunned. Then we have Inferno. Cancels the target's immunity when attacking with a skill when your HP is blah 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 blah. They cut that part out, so now you don't have to be under a certain amount of HP, but they did get rid of the spell shield for being also under a certain amount of HP. So buff and nerf kind of right there. And then the ultimate, they made it a little bit bigger because it was having trouble actually hitting the target. As far as the actual update right here, 5.11, I'll have the link to both of these in the description down below so you can check them out at your leisure. But if we check down here, they added the new hero raid, which this will drop a higher tier of equipment. You can enter 3 times a week. 3 times a week. And then it will be different each week. What's kind of weird here is they will have their own season, and the season will last for the about 2 months. Like a little over 2 months. But it sounds like it's supposed to be 3 months. It could be they're just adding it in this time slot, and then the other 2 seasons for the rest of the year will match up correctly. But what's important is down here, each season will have its own set effect, which we have Legacy of the Sun and Legacy of the Moon. Legacy of the Sun, when a teammate applies sleep or bondage, which I believe that's they can't move. Not very many people do that. To an enemy, increase the target skill cooldown by 2 seconds. Let's hope they fix seal by then so you can't stop seal. 1 second plus 1 second for the season bonus. That means once we're not in the season for Legacy of the Sun, it'll only be the 1 second for every 1 second while the target is asleep or bonded. Then Legacy of the Moon, this is the one that a lot of PvP guys are really looking forward to. At the start of battle in the arena, grant immunity to teammates for 8 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 second season bonus. So outside of season, it'll be a 5-second immunity for your entire team. That is, I believe they called it Will over on Sky Arena. People were wondering when Will runes would come, and it looks like we're getting that as a set bonus. Mythic grade will only drop from the hero raid. We already looked at them, already seen a percent defense one that is wildly stronger than legendary. It'll be very interesting to see how that happens, how that goes. Crack, this translates to rupture. So there's a new rupture being added. It'll be interesting to see how that gets. It's only open on weekends. Okay. Clear rewards, Road to Oblivion, Drilling Stone. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's a either new currency or translates to something else. Transcendent stuff, which that stuff doesn't matter for most people. Enchantment fragments, rune enhancement fragments. That's kind of good. Sprout, gold and drilling if you help people with combat support. Uh, a rune is getting changed, the destruction rune. It used to always do damage. Now it does not work on continuous damage ticks. A big one this was going on was Wind Panda, who would put up the smoke, and then you would take a lot of damage over time, and then do damage, destroy your HP based off of that. Now that'll no longer be possible. Inverse property effect hit rate. Do so if I'm reading this right, then accuracy. Uh, it's supposed to. It looks like your accuracy is going to go down if you fight, if you're water and attack wind, for example, or if you're fire and attack water. If that is how it is going to work, then I think that'll be very, very good, because people are still bringing Juno against Wusa and things like that to strip the immunity, strip the shields, and I think giving her a minus to her accuracy when trying to do that would be very, very powerful for PvP. 2 rune sets are getting bonus. The accuracy set is getting plus 5% to 20%, and the evasion is going from 15 to 20 as well. I still think neither of those would be very much used. A couple AIs being changed. Movement speed increased, and decrease effects of not applied when some AI movements of summons. General AI change, and then 2 wind changes. Shinsu being Beast Monk. Spirit protection first, high probability at the start of the battle. That's very good. Wind Undying, putting down the spirit protection before the burst happens is important. Scales efficiently according to the surrounding situation. That is interesting. So he'll use his abilities based off of buffs and debuffs, which not a lot do. Now we have a lot of changes. I am going to skip the light and dark changes because not a lot of people have the LD5s, but if you would like to look at them, feel free to check out the link, which will be in the description down below. I will list the names of the ones that were changed. Light 5-star Valkyrie, Light 5-star Occult Girl, Dark 5-star Occult Girl, Fire Scarab Knight. This one I will go over. It looks like, when one of his buffs is robbed or cancelled, shields 15% of max HP for 7 seconds. That is being removed. But we're getting Rush of Flame is going to give shields to allies. Number of buffs the target, giving a damage boost based on the number of buffs they have. Grants a shield of 10.5% of maximum HP to nearby allies for 7 seconds. I don't know if this will put him into... So that 12 seconds, so that didn't change. Shield is applied, activated. I don't know if this will be used still. 7 seconds, 11 seconds. Okay, so I don't know if he'll be used still. He might be an okay counter to a strip team, just because of the no, he's worse against strips now. He used to have something good against strips. I don't think he'll be used anywhere. Dark 5-star Scarab Knight, Dark 5-star Ifrit. I was told this change is very, very powerful. So if you do have a Dark 5-star Ifrit, please check it. Fire 5-star Archangel. I am over the moon with Verigil's change. He used to get rid of 2 debuffs from himself and all allies. Now, everything. All deliberating effects. So huge. I like that change a lot. Light 5-star Hell Lady. Wind Sky Dancer. This one was interesting as well. Her cooldown is going down by 6 seconds. Mana cost is going down by 1. Giving attack up to the team. Used to be stage 2, now it's stage 1. When target's HP is 70% or higher, recovers 10% of max HP. And the heal is going down. So the cooldown and mana cost is going down, but the heal and attack up is also going down. The heal's going down by 60%, and the attack power is going down by 50%. I don't think that is going to help her at all. This is Wind Beast Monk. This is supposedly going to be a big change. 3 mana. Dispel 2 debuffs on an ally target. Whenever this says on an ally target, you don't pick it. It's whoever the lowest HP is. And restores HP. If the defense reduction is cancelled, grants defense increase to allies around the target. The recovery amount proportional to your max HP. Defense reduction canceled. Defense increase. So if they so that's a bad translation. It will convert to saying, if defense down, give defense up, which Ritesh will definitely get a boost from that, because there's a lot of defense down, especially Galleon, things like that. Let's see, going from 26 seconds to 20 seconds, going from 4 mana to 3 mana. Explodes, deals damage, max HP, provides probability, grants continuous recovery, and getting rid of the electrocution. That's a weird nerf, but maybe that balances out with the meditation skill, and the entire passive got changed. Holy crap. When attacked by an enemy with increased attack power, the amount of damage received is reduced. That is interesting. By 25%. That's huge. And the cooldown of the caster skills is reduced by a certain probability. That means you're not going to want to use him on Soul Link, because on Soul Link they don't get cooldown. By 15% when attacked. Okay. 30% chance, reduce cooldowns by 15%. And if, let's see, 20 seconds and the other one's being put down to 20 as well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. The ultimate dispels all debuffs, and used to give 4 levels, so he's losing a lot of damage opportunity but gaining a lot of defensive power. It'll be interesting. It'll be hard for him to get some play with Chandra being around, because Chandra has the defend passive for your summoner, so it'll be interesting to see if he's able to come into it. Dark Beast Monk 5. Fire Sage. Sage being Pioneer. He's getting a buff. He's losing 6-second cooldown, going down to 18 seconds, down to a 3 mana cost on his Sunset Vibes. I like that name better. The damage is going up. No, down. Down just a little bit. Not a lot like the other changes. He's losing, let me see, 40, about 50% attack power per hit, and 2% max HP per hit. And then all of the sages, so Wusa included, remember that, are getting skill speed increased, so their skills will go off faster. So with Wusa, when he puts up the shield, he does this thing with his hand. That's going to be a lot quicker now, so you're going to have your shields faster, which is going to be huge for PvP. Then let's check out Wind Mermaid. Now gives a shield and defense increase. Now it's just a shield, and if they have defense down, cancel defense down. So they got rid of the defense up. Uh, so that's all I did is they got rid of the defense up, and they made the shield half as strong. Holy crap, that's a nerf. Broken Heart. Cooldowns going up. Mana cost going up. Attacks the enemy target. Bursting water droplets. Grants debuffs that cannot be dispelled and cannot be healed. Is it random debuffs? Yeah, it's random debuffs for 20 seconds. So what's important about this is they're not just debuffs that can't be removed. They on your bar with your buffs and debuffs, you know how your buffs are blue, debuffs are red. This will be purple, which means, let's say this lands defense down, for example. If they already have 8 stacks of regular defense down, this will be its own stack of defense down, which means they could stack up to 20 theoretically, but will realistically probably be 12. For example, cannot be removed is purple, which allows you to have extra stacks that you can't normally have, which is very, very powerful. Ultimate grants more irresistible deliberating effects for 25 seconds. That will be very interesting to see what Wind Mermaid does. I'll have to do some testing to see what range, or if it's just literally anything. Wind Undyne, going down to 18 seconds, going down to 3 mana. Attacks the enemy target, dispelling all buffs. It was. And increase the amount of damage taken. So damage taken up is going away. The damage she deals is going down. But really, the damage taken up is nice. But being able to strip all buffs on a 3 mana cost, that's powerful in PvP. Spirit's Protection grants immunity. If the target has defense down, reduce defense down reduction by 1. After reducing, if the target does not have reduction, gives defense up. That's really cool. When the target does not have a reduced defense, increase. Yeah. And that is her other active ability. If it was a passive, that'd be really, really strong. Wind Monkey King. So this confused a lot of people with the change, but let me break it down. So now this is his passive. So when a team member gets hit, he's going to counterattack with Ascension Strike. It was that it would give reduced damage to a teammate's and then counterattack with Ascension Strike. The difference being they moved the damage reduction to the Ascension Strike, which is what's going to be important here. So let's take a look. And then we take a look at Ascension Strike. Leap, deal damage reduction to self and stuns with a chance. Damage wasn't changed. Reduction damage, 14 seconds. First stage, which that's all the same stuff. It was just moved down into when it happens. As you see, the exact text block was moved down. And yeah, literally all that happens is instead of always happen, it happens when Ascension is triggered, which is the main change. I don't know what that's going to matter, but next we have Pure White Pledge outfits. It'll increase defense of night type monsters. If we take a look, Kina, Orbia, Cleef. Celebration, don't worry about this, or that we already had. We got this on the same patch cycle. They are getting, is it Sage? Yes, they're getting a Wusa Manor. Transmogs, They're getting Ninetail Fox Transmog, which we don't have on NA or Global yet. And they're getting another Chimera one, which I don't know how I feel about. Let me know what you feel about down below. But they're getting the Harg one that everyone else has. This is the profession change that we were told about a little while ago. When you're upgrading equipment now, it will no longer lose subgrade. So if you have an S, it won't go down to an A, B, C, what have you. It can only go up. Galagos changes, all of these were... It's a couple card changes. This is one that I'm excited for. Tower of Test would be Tower of Ascension. Unlock conditions for the secret rooms are relaxed, meaning they'll be easier to get. Rewards for Twisted Marsh are changed. 1 to 3 fragments changed to 2 to 6. They got all the stuff that we just got there. They had some technical issues with some raids, parties, seals. What's interesting is they're not fixing the thing that we're having with seal. They're probably waiting to do that all at the same time. And that is it for the Korean patch notes. Like I said, if you want to check it out in detail yourself, the link will be in the description down below. And until